for episode 2 of Women of Manitoba Night. Very excited for the panel here right now. Before we get going, Studio 23 is sponsoring tonight and will be the last sponsorship of the month of May. So let's jump right to it. Tonight, you know what? Let's just go to intros. Making her second appearance of the week, uh, Deidre Boris. She was on 90s Night. We had a lot of fun. 90s Night was it was a blast. Deidre's making an appearance tonight. Anna is making her first appearance on this one. You were on the Boneyard, I believe, before. But you're making your first appearance. Jen Minot, you're making your 150th appearance tonight.
Something like that.
Something like that. And Kendra, you're making your debut tonight. Very excited to have you on here, Kendra. As I
yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, you know how much I love the Royals, so we'll get to that. But let's just do a little bit of a. We go way back with that. It was a different name. That's how far back. Let's get things started. We'll kind of go in a clockwise, as you'd say. Deidre, why don't you give a quick little intro to anyone who doesn't know you or didn't watch 2 nights ago.
Well, how dare they not watch Tuesday night? Hello, everybody. It's my second appearance of the week. I'm Deidre Boris, and I am a singer-songwriter, cover artist, and my band is Suburban Funk Machine, which I front, and I perform solo, duo, and trio shows around the city. And my whole life is music. I'm a music therapist in my day job, and I work with elderly in a personal care home. And I'm a voice and piano teacher. So that's a little bit about me.
Sweet.
Anna, you're up.
Yeah. Hey, guys. I'm Anna. I've been on one podcast episode with Joel before at some point. And I front the band Sunbreather, relatively new-ish band on the scene. I'm also a high school choral teacher by day. And I do some private voice lessons as well.
Kendra.
Now I know who I can reach out to for some voice lessons. I'm Kendra, and I play bass in Northern Royals, sing some backups, and coordinate some outfits. Help the boys out. We're a Winnipeg rock band.
Perfect. And Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm a audio engineer and music producer. And by day I bartend at 2 music venues, the Pyramid and the Royal Albert.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Excellent. And let it be known here that we are giving away tickets to Cosmic Cat Festival as well as the Peg City Soundoff Summerfest. By the end of the night, someone will have tickets. We're giving them away tonight. Special night, Women of Manitoba Music tonight. So let's, before we jump to it, I'm just going to say I love everything the 4 of you do. You're fantastic. Anna, before we went live, I was praising your vocals. Deidre, I'm a big fan of you. And Jen, you've been here before, and there's a reason why I like having you on here to talk, because you got a lot to say about music, and you know a lot of people in here. Kendra, I can't say much more. Royals are one of my favorite bands, and probably my introduction to Winnipeg music. And happy to have you on here. We're gonna have a good chat about it. Evan's gonna try and win some free tickets tonight because the last episode he chimed in 7 times. He's trying to win tickets. He's trying to win tickets to 2 festivals he's playing. So hopefully we get him back going here. So let's kind of just start off once again. Clockwise. Let's talk about Manitoba music. What is so great about Manitoba music? Why do we have the best music scene in Canada? How did this happen?
Oh my gosh. I wish I knew. It's such an amazing community, and I know every time I go out, I hear so many amazing bands and specifically amazing female singers. And I'm one who doesn't really I don't sing my own praises, but I love to sing other people's praises. I love to go see other people play and just hear the different genres, because I know the genre that I do, but the genre I do might be different than what other people do, right? So it's just, we have such an amazing wide variety of styles that we all do. It's always good to hear new things.
Anna?
Yeah. Yeah, I love the Winnipeg music scene because it's so inclusive. Like we have so many different musical genres that are present in our music scene, and like we do have kind of a predominantly folky indie vibe going on just because we're prairie town. But everybody's accepting of everybody. So like, you can go to any gig and be like, hey, yeah, I'm in a band too. This is what I do. And then people like want to come out and support you. And I think that's just so awesome because I feel like not a lot of places have that connection in their music scene where everybody just knows everybody and is friends with everybody and loves everybody and supports everybody. That's my favorite part of our music. So great.
Good answer.
Yeah, I can echo that too, saying that like going everything's always well received, and I think every time we go out, I'm finding a new band who's doing something new, and that's just inspiring to what like I want to write or do. I see other people doing something really cool, so I think there's a lot of that in this city, and like probably part of it is our shitty winter, and we got nothing else to do but get out and see each other at a show because otherwise you're just trapped in your house all the time. And I think like part of that is like everybody supporting each other. There's so many bands that are made up of members of bands who have been together or people who've played together coming making new bands. Like there's a lot of that happening in the city, and it's just good to see.
Awesome. Jen?
Yeah, I mean, just pretty much what everyone said. It's just such a great, tight-knit community. And if you go out to a show, you know, even if you go by yourself, you're going to run into somebody that you know. And, you know, everybody just supports everyone. It's not intimidating to meet new musicians or artists. Everyone's super nice and just supportive of each other.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I probably met Jen over 10 years ago in the scene, and like she's always been a super great supporter of ours. So Jen, thank you so much. And I honestly, it's probably been 12 years or more since we've known each other.
Like that,
So,
yeah.
like,
I've always been out and about to shows, but yeah, I've known Kendra for quite a bit through just the music scene and just going to shows.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome. You know, I've met all of you in person, obviously, and you're all just such great pieces of this community. And you know, like I said before, Northern Royals are a big part of me being honestly to be doing this. I look up to Evan a lot. I've known Evan a long time. Actually, I've known Cody longer than Evan. And Kendra, I don't know if you remember this.
That's crazy to me.
I met you, Kendra, when I was working at a body shop when Cody was delivering paint. And he brought you to the shop one time. I think you had a Sunfire or a Cavalier, maybe?
Oh my God. I crashed that car when I was 19, Joel.
Yeah.
That was
So here we are. Here we are now. But so, you know, going back to the Autopilots, you played a show for me when you were the Autopilots, and there was a Small World talk the other day, and who was I talking? Oh, I was talking to Morgan the other day at the Limelight, and it turned out she was at that show. I'm like, oh yeah, that was like my first wedding social, and what a small world. But yeah. Anyway, enough about that story. But so we go way back.
Long ago.
Yeah, long ago.
I'm
Jen,
pretty sure I have a
obviously,
picture of 10-cent lemonade, and you guys just all kind of like standing there from like
the Garrick
10 years ago, I want to say, at like the Garrick. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
We still have that sign in our basement.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and you know, kind of what I was talking about earlier on the earlier episode was venues, and we can even go back and say that I remember seeing the Royals in the upstairs at the Forks. There was a bar there. I forget what it was called, but well, you were the Autopilots then. Finn's, there we go. And I remember seeing you at
Johnson
Finn's.
Hall.
And what a what a change. Things have changed. More venues have come about. So let's kind of bounce around, talk about some venues a bit. We were talking about in the first episode about some cool venues that we like to frequent. And Jen, that's kind of where I see you at venues, and we go to a lot of shows. We see each other at shows, and it's just such a great community of things. And what inspired some of the shows that I've done on here has been going to the tap house and actually meeting people there. And I remember for Summerfest, I remember the reason I thought of doing Summerfest is because we were at the tap house one night, and I can't think of what show it was, but Callum and Anna were there, and Evan was there, Eric Easfeld was there, and there was just, I think it was almost a member of every band involved in Summerfest was there. And I was looking around in this circle, and I said, you know what? I think I got to do something about this and get us all on stage together somehow. And then Summerfest was born. But it was at the Tap House, and it's just such a cool place to go to and meet people in the scene. And I was kind of a fool when we started the show. I thought Deidre and I just assumed everyone knew everyone. And I'm like, oh, Deidre and Anna actually have never met before, so this is interesting. Obviously, Kendra and Anna, you played together at Riverside and obviously know each other, but I think you played Riverside together.
Yeah.
2 years? Yeah. And I guess I just took for granted that everyone knew each other, but that just shows how big of a community it is as well, right? Because everyone knows Anna, everyone knows Deidre, but they don't know each other. So
That's right.
how'd that happen? But yeah, so just kind of talking about venues and obviously Side Stage has been a great one, and I really promote them a lot because I love the sound there. I love the shows they put on there. What are some other venues that the four of you like to frequent or kind of want to give some props to for the great work they do?
I want to give props to obviously my two. Well, there's a lot of great venues, obviously, in the city, but the ones that I tend to frequent a lot are the Osborne Tap House. The King's Head Pub is one of my favorite places, as I'm sure it is for everyone. It's such a riot there. And the Toad in Osborne Village, also one of my favorite places to play. I haven't actually been to Side Stage yet. I'm playing there in September, actually. So
you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm playing actually with I'm playing with Shay Wolf and Stephanie Westall. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about that one. But yeah, I hear great things about Side Stage. Have you ladies been to Side Stage?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. It's a nice little cozy venue.
Nice. I'm excited to go there.
We played there in April, and they have a really great, just like lots of great features, but a good load-in basement green room. The stage and sound are great. Like it's a smaller venue. I think they're 200 cap, but it's like really well laid out. And the basement also has bathrooms, like all the main bathrooms are down there, and they have one accessible one like along the side of the stage, which is also nice if you need to rush right before stage or between. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, they're great. Good lights, good sound, good people.
It's a good venue. I have a couple that weren't mentioned. Yeah, Tap House is always great. It's a great time to play at the Tap House. A lot of people just like kind of coming in and out, and you get a lot of fans like that way. We've had a lot of people that have kind of joined on the bandwagon of Sunbreather because of the Tap House shows. But I'm pretty partial to like Handsome Daughter. I feel like it's just such a like kind of hole in the wall place, but the vibe is so great. And like the people that come out to those shows are always like very interested in what's going on in the music scene, and we've met a lot of really cool people that way. So I'm pretty big spokesperson for them. Yeah, King's Head is good too. We've never actually played the King's Head, but I've been to a lot of shows there, and I like the vibe for sure because I like the split level, like that there can be a show going on upstairs, and then if you get too kind of like overwhelmed by all the stuff that's going up there, you can go down. That's pretty fun too. Yeah.
We've played there
Sorry,
a
I
lot.
just saw. I was just gonna say my chat wasn't working, so I got it working now, and I'm seeing some pretty cool things here. Yeah, Cody says, "What a time to tune in when you worked at Bruni." Yeah, that's exactly the shop I was at when I met you, Cody. Um, yeah. Sorry, Jen. I was gonna say to you, you work at the Pyramid, and you also work at the Royal Albert. So you're at a couple different venues. You're seeing probably a lot of different things going on. You know, I was talking to you one night, and there was a political rally at one, and then there was
Yeah.
another night where you were at, I forget what band it was, but there was a band at the Royal Albert, and you're kind of getting everything in these venues.
Pretty much, and I kind of like take advantage of it just because if I am at the studio or whatever, and I see a good band, or if I'm working, I'll just give them my card and I'll be like, "Hey, you guys interested in recording anytime soon?" And it kind of works out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So another place I want to bounce, and I'm gonna kind of direct it at two of you. This is something that I didn't have on the first show, but Anna and Kendra, you've ventured outside the walls of Manitoba for music and done some touring, and I won't spill any beans, but I might have been told something else. But Anna, you just got back from the West, and then you went back. You came back. You played with my band and Derev at Side Stage. Then you headed right back to Regina.
Yeah.
What can you two say about touring outside the city and taking it to the other provinces?
There's a couple things that I have. First thing is it's a great experience to have with your band members, especially just like as us going out in the first time. This is actually this was the first time that we, as a unit, the four of us had like spent time not band based time together, like in the car and hanging out or like going and doing stuff together. Because we haven't had James in the band for very long. I think it's been about a year and a half. And all of us are notoriously busy people other than practices and shows. So it's a great experience to be able to go and do that with your band, especially when you play together. So it was great. Not super fun being stuck in a car for 13 hours with three guys, but that's fine. We managed.
I got 4.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point. Yeah,
It's not great anyway. Take it.
That's fair. Yeah, it's kind of just like it was really cool to experience the music scene in other places that aren't here, because we are really lucky with our music scene here. Like you go somewhere using Regina as an example, because we just came back from there. They don't really have like music venues in Regina. There's very few music venues. They're trying to add more, and like we were talking with some of the local people there about like what is it like being here and experiencing music, and they were like, well, it's kind of a government town, so we don't really have a lot of music stuff. So we played at a restaurant, and it was a great time. Like the bands that we played with were fantastic. The food was so good. Oh my god, it's fantastic.
Where did you play?
The Cure Kitchen and Bar. Yeah, it was
Okay,
so
sweet.
it was so fun. But like just such a weird kind of vibe, because we have so many music venues here that are like meant for music, right? And it was so different to experience that, because it was like this tiny little stage that was definitely set up for like trivia nights or like one piano player and like a singer maybe. But the sound guy was fantastic, and it was really quite a great experience to like get to meet other people. And then you go somewhere like Calgary, which is huge, and they have so much stuff going on. And they were super excited about having a band that plays the music that we play there. So it was kind of fun, and I definitely encourage bands to like go out and do it at least once. Like touring's not for everybody, that's for sure, but it is definitely an experience that I would recommend for anybody who's in a band, because it's something that you will like cherish forever, even if you had a terrible time, which we didn't. But it's just, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, we've been a couple times now. We did Regina, Saskatoon, and the venue in Regina expecting cover songs. So we weren't like, it wasn't very busy. We weren't really well received. I think it was like fine for the people who were there. We had a good time. The sound was great. They treated us really well. Then we went to Saskatoon and had a great time at Amigos. Again, a restaurant turned bar in the evening. Food was great, and they had spider plants hanging from the ceiling, so that was really cool. But we played a great show there and had an awesome turnout and like an awesome time. Um, we've been back, and we've been to Calgary Lethbridge, and then we went on a long, like a quick Lethbridge trip, which was one of those nightmare trips because our AC broke and it was like 30 degrees, and we had to drive overnight to get there in time to play a show on a Friday. So that's a long 13-hour trip in the heat. Yeah, home was worse because it was in the daytime, but lot like great bonding, like you said. It's great to see other cities and what they have to offer. We played the Slice. No, shooting. I forget what it's called. In Lethbridge, and they treated us really well. Like super great venue, similar to like kind of a times changed vibe, but a little more catered to like louder bands. They had like a little fake bed set up hanging from the ceiling over the stage. Like great vibes, great sound guy, awesome pizza. They like sent us with pizza for the road, which was great because that fed us the whole way home. And so we've had a really good time on tour. I really like would encourage people to do it. Try to pick a big vehicle and make sure your AC is working if you go in the summer.
Right.
Evan said you're correct. It was the Slice.
Yes, good.
I've never toured, but I did go to Regina for, I see a comment here that we did go to the Exchange for a foo bar. I don't know if you guys have seen Foo Bar, the movies. Okay, well, Terry and Trish were there, and we did go and see that. And we did see or visit Shannon's out there, because they do have a Shannon's in Regina, which is, it's super small. It's literally just one room. So that
I didn't realize there was multiple.
Yeah, I know, me neither. So we hit that up, and it was we were surprised. And then we did go to a different one. I think it was like O'Hanlon's, or I'm not too sure, but the stage was just so high up. Like, I swear to God, it was probably like 6 feet like off the ground. But it was a cool vibe. It was a cool place. Maybe, yeah.
Super cool. And Kendra, the show in Lethbridge saw you with some Canadian rockers. 90s rockers, Deidre. 90s rockers.
That was I'm Mother Earth, the Headstones, and Our Lady Peace. So
that's
worth the trip.
What a great what a great show to play with.
That was insane.
We talked on 90s night on Tuesday about my first concert was I'm Mother Earth, and my second concert was Our Lady Peace. So I remember hearing about that, and I thought, oh my God, they've made it. This is the dream.
Yeah, it was so freaking cool.
Yeah, super cool.
I feel really young right now.
That's how I felt on Tuesday when I was on 90s night. I was like,
did. I know, or you did, yeah. The three old boys were talking away there.
And I was born in 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Amazing. Deidre, just kind of bouncing back to you here about we talk about touring and stuff, and I didn't mean to exclude you on touring, but let's talk about cover bands and with Suburban Funk Machine, and you play around the city 3 sets a night. 3 sets a night?
Yeah, usually.
You're wild. 3 sets a night. I couldn't do it anymore. I think I only did it once, but I enjoy my 1 set a night. How do you find going from playing something like Bell's where you're playing by yourself or any other venues? You got Ribfest coming up as well, I believe. and you're playing. You're part of the '90s net.
I'm playing 90s night on Saturday. Well,
And
90s on that day. But
how do you go from playing one set to 3 sets a night? Do you find it difficult to do that, or is there something you prefer?
That's such a hard question because I have actually grown to really enjoy playing 3 sets. It is a lot of work, and it's once you've played, there's been 2 times since I've been with the guys that we've done a double show, 6 sets, like 3 sets one night, 3 sets the next night, and I would never do that again, ever. Like some of the bands in Winnipeg that go around and do back-to-back shows Friday, Saturday, 3 sets a night. Kudos to you guys out there because that's insane. I did it one time. I thought I was going to die. It was horrible. But yeah, I think there's something to be said about like playing an acoustic set and then playing with a band, because for me it's almost like I don't use 2 different voices, but it's 2 different styles, right? Like I'm singing either very like for a restaurant or a smaller room, and then when I'm at the king set, I'm belting that shit out like it's nobody's business, right? But I think it always depends on the venue, but I always really enjoy the 3 set nights, just because we plan it so well. Like there's different vibes in every set. You kind of get to see like if the first set might be a little more quiet, or you kind of put, some songs that are a little bit more chill, and then you get to the second set and then all the crazy people come out, and then you get to the third set and everyone is just so completely wasted that they're just like, woohoo! They just don't care, right?
I love watching from stage. It's the best part in a 3 set night.
Right? Like I have so many stage videos, just me standing there being like, this person is gonna like regret this tomorrow. But yeah, I really love everything that I do. Like, yeah, it's I only did have, you probably saw it, Joel and Jen, maybe, like the one night where I lost my voice at the King's Head. So for those of you who don't know, it was probably about, I don't know how long, maybe about a month ago, we were at the King's Head, and we were playing a set, and we had played the night before at the Rec Room, and the Rec Room, when we do, it's 2 sets, and I hadn't really been feeling well on the Friday, but I was like, I feel all right, and then Saturday morning, I had a little bit of a scratchy voice, and I was like, it's okay, no problem, I'll get through it. So, did the whole remedy, the tea, the water, the ginger, all that jazz. Went to the King's Head, got through the first set, and as I finished the first song of the first set, or the last song of the first set, my voice totally gave out. And I still had 2 more sets to go. And with the help of the audience, and we changed a bunch of songs in our set just on the fly, we made it through, and it was the most incredible, terrifying, awesome experience I've ever had. So, yeah, tons of fun.
That's rough.
Jen, you got a different approach here. You're maybe not up on the stage, but you're working with the bands. How long have you been doing this for?
I went to school for it, I think maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So I mean, throughout that time, I've just kind of been talking to bands and just seeing what they're up to and whatnot. Really recording. I actually did start in school. I went to bedside for school, and so Len had a lot of bands coming in that would allow a student like myself to kind of sit in or help engineer the band. So I guess I have been doing it since school, but I've been doing it a lot more just this past year. Working
Excellent.
a lot with like Ash and the Arsonist.
Absolutely. And you did work on, did you do work on their first album too, or is it just second?
Yeah, the first album I was still kind of in school, so I was an assistant engineer. But then the second album,
Absolutely. And you may be working on something right now.
We're definitely working on something.
We're definitely working on something now. We don't want to spill too much on you.
No, we're in pre-production, we'll say that.
I figured if I didn't do it, then Matt was just going to chime in and spill it anyway.
Yeah. I don't know how much Matt has said, so I'm
No. We'll keep it there.
Yeah.
He's funny. Sometimes he can't help himself, right, Matt? I'm sure you're watching right now. Yeah. So let's jump to another thing, because tonight there's 15 amazing people jumping on the podcast tonight talking about music, but there's a lot that aren't going to be on it tonight. There's some that canceled, some couldn't make it, some were shy didn't want to come on, but let's talk about some bands that we're fans of in the city. It doesn't have to be necessarily female fronted. It could be anyone. If you do pick female fronted, you get bonus points though, as it is Manitoba Women. Was it Women in Manitoba Music? There we go. So let's talk about some bands in Winnipeg that we love.
There's so many.
Soundoff is great. I love them. They're
I haven't heard the Soundoff, but I've been seeing them on Facebook. I'm gonna have to go.
Chelsea is one of the loveliest human beings you will ever meet in your life. She is my rock star crush, which you can see our Instagram little things. There's evidence of that in there. But yeah, she's just fantastic. She's such an incredibly talented person too, and they're just so fun. So fun to watch. When they're doing their next show, I recommend going out and seeing them because they're just so great.
That's awesome.
I really love Dystopia. That's a female-fronted band as well. Indigo. They're going to be playing May 31st at the Park Theater. So check them out. Exomerida, Northern Royals.
Yeah, I second Northern Royals. I will. Yeah, there's so many. I actually really like. I had gone to see Valley Narrow. I saw you when I came to see you guys playing. I got my T-shirt. Big fan.
Never heard of him. Summerfest was just designed because, actually, I don't even know if I've ever said this, but it's actually my birthday that night. At midnight, of course. Nice. And I just designed it so I could play with my favorite bands in the city. That's all it was. And my secret is now out. But yeah, I appreciate the Valley Narrow. Kendra, everyone seems to love the Northern Royals, and I got to call you guys out. Who are you to release a new song coming up? Well, I don't know if you're playing it live at Blue Note Park for the first time. Everyone is very excited about this. This is going to be amazing. You know what I loved at Side Stage? Which one exactly? The last two times I've seen you, you've come out and played these songs that no one's ever heard, and still, to my many requests, you're still not playing Happy.
Yeah, lots of people love Happy. It's funny you bring that up. We haven't played that in years, actually. But yeah, there's a few songs we've been playing live for a while that we don't have recordings of that we're like ready to release. We have like our own recordings, which like you may have heard.
Yeah.
But we've just been writing a lot actually over the winter. We wrote quite a bit, so there may be a new one or two next week, hopefully. Yeah, they're on the set list, and we got one more rehearsal before the show, so I think they'll make the cut.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I was going to give a shout out to the Haleys, also is another really awesome female fronted band that I saw play at the Loud Awards last year, which was awesome.
Yeah.
They're
always great.
Yeah.
I have to say Jivetown also. I mean, any band that Jamie Buckborough is in is just incredible. That dude has a voice of an angel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Rami Mays is an amazing Winnipeg artist.
Rami is coming on here, and I don't know what date it is. It's in the next week. I gotta check calendar, but she's coming on here. She was actually gonna come, and I hope she's not watching this because I don't want to call her out on it. She was actually gonna come on here, and but she has a lot to talk about with Sure Shot Bookings and herself and some stuff. But
Yeah.
I didn't think tonight was going to work for her, but we moved her to a different day, and she's going to come on, and I'm very excited to hear from her because kind of an icon in Winnipeg music, right? And kind of a household name. So
Yeah, for sure.
We're also playing with Jane Fuentes. I hope I'm saying that right.
Oh, I love Jane.
I actually haven't seen her myself yet, but some of the guys in the band have, and they're very excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. It's similar
Yeah.
to a Robbie Mays, I think, singer-songwriter, some grit.
So I actually I met Jane when I hosted open mic at the Osborne Tap House, and she asked me if I would hold her paper so she could read the lyrics while we were playing songs. So I'm literally kneeling up next to her, and she's playing, and she's like, "Okay, turn the page," and I'm turning the page. So yeah, she's a fabulous human being. She's always at the Tap House. And actually, when I was recording one of my songs, Center Stage, in the exchange with Trav and Chris, we were on one of the stairs, and then it was the first time I actually met her. She came around the corner and she's like, "Your song sounds great." And I was like, "I don't know who you are." And that's how I actually met her. She was just hanging out upstairs in the exchange. So hi, Jane, if you're watching, you're awesome.
She's adorable.
I don't think Jane's watching because I'm pretty sure she's at the Tap House tonight.
I was going to say she's probably at the Tap House.
I think there's an event tonight. She's there. So
yeah.
Unbelievable. Michael Jensen just chimes in here. It's great bands. The Haleys, Juice d'Orange, who are actually Emily's coming up in the next segment. Shit Happens. Gayla's coming up next segment. Sunbreather.
Show point.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know if I can tell you guys how much I love Sunbreather though. I freaking love that band. And I'm sorry, Anna, but you know what? I just plug you guys to everyone. I'm like, you got to see this band. They're so good. And my first time seeing you was at the Tap House. And when Callum pulled out that 8-string guitar, and my goodness, I didn't stop talking about it for a week. And I was standing there with a drummer, and he's like, I forget who the drummer was. But I was with a drummer, and he's like, I lost it. I don't know where they are right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like it seemed very complicated, but you're so good, and I could have swore you had a #1 hit last week when you did your Ariana Grande cover. I swear it was your own song, and I remember saying to my buddy there, they got a #1 on their hands. There's nothing stopping them. And then I found out it was a cover. My goodness. What a fool, eh?
I'm gonna have to come see you guys play now that I know who you are.
Well, Deidre, you'll be at Summerfest, so
yes, I will be at Summerfest.
So are the Northern Royals.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And so is Ronnie Ladderbrook, who keeps chiming in here.
Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie's just such a great supporter. He says he likes, I freaking love the song Get What You Give. I learned that on guitar.
Nice.
Love that song too.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. So kind of talking about, just kind of jump to the next thing, community. And, you know, it's just such a great community. We've said it a couple times here, with everyone kind of knowing each other, going venue to venue, seeing people. And it's one of my favorite things about going to shows, is who am I going to see there? Who's going to be there? And, you know, the odd time I'll send a message and say, hey, you going out tonight? But then sometimes you just got to gamble with it and make sure your buddies are there. You don't know who's going to be there. And it's like I just mentioned about the Summerfest, how that came about. There was no plan of really doing. I think I teased an idea of doing a festival, but it wasn't until that night at the Tap House, and it just happened to be. You know what? It was an Ashley Arsenault show. That's exactly what it was, and that's exactly what it was. And anyway, just being there that night and looking around and just seeing all these great people. And I remember now because Joe Carson said, this is full of Winnipeg royalty in here tonight. And it was just everyone was just kind of hanging out. And it was just a cool night to be part of. And it's just one of my favorite things about going to a live show. And even going to your show, Kendra, at the side stage, I met Terry Ferguson from Car 287 for the first time, and he was there. I didn't know he was going to be there. And you just see some great people at all these shows. Do any of you have any just cool stories about seeing people at shows, maybe unexpectedly?
I have a friend that I used to work with, and he's kind of an elusive guy. We just like we don't really stay in touch, but every once in a while he sneaks up to the front while we're playing a show and leaves 2 beers and a cigarette for Cody. And then he just disappears. And I sometimes don't even get to talk to him because we're on stage playing and he comes and goes. And then he's gone. So Robbie, if you're listening, what's up? See you around?
That's amazing. We have in our band we have these two girls who will show up. So my bass player Ryan, he has these ridiculous zebra striped high heel shoes that he pulls out in the second set usually. And he'll put them on. And these two girls, every time they show up to our show, they also bought a pair of zebra print high heels. They put them on the stage. So we've seen them like quite a fair bit. They're quite hilarious. So yeah, and then too, like they'll stay for a set and then they run away. And then one time they left their shoe. So we had to keep it until we saw them next show. I don't know how they got home, but
They knew where to find you.
right, yeah. So
When
I think for me.
oh, sorry, Jen.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say when we were in Edmonton, we have like this one fan who has been bugging us to come to Edmonton. Like he keeps messaging our Instagram account and saying, "Come to Edmonton, play a show in Edmonton." And when we went to Edmonton, we were like super disappointed because he wasn't there. And so we messaged him after, and we were like, "Hey man, we came just for you." And he was like, "Oh, I was there, but I was too shy to come say hi." And he posted like a video of us, and it was just really sweet. He was this really sweet guy. But it was I remember like seeing him, and I didn't put two and two together. And yeah, he like dipped super fast after the show because he was just like, "I was just very overwhelmed because you guys are so cool," and we were just like, "We're not that cool, but thank you." Yeah,
That's
that was
awesome.
great.
Just want to say a shout out to Ronnie. Yeah, he did. Ronnie met my dad. We just kind of like sat at a table. I think it was at that same. You were there too. That same show you were talking about. We just all kind of hung out and whatnot. So, thanks, Ronnie. For me, I think the weirdest thing or craziest thing that I've seen at a show was back when the Cavern was open. I don't even remember what band was playing, but Julian and Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys were there. Yeah, and so I mean, I got to talk to Julian, and he was super, super nice. Tried to say hi to Bubbles. Just he didn't want to talk. He didn't want to talk to anyone. So, but other than that, yeah, just I guess seeing the Trailer Park Boys at the Cavern in Winnipeg.
Super
that's pretty
cool.
badass. That's pretty
No
awesome.
kidding, eh?
R.I.P. to the Cavern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
loved it there.
Yeah, it was great.
Anna, I think Callum's trying to get your attention in the chat there.
Alan's trying to get my attention.
Ah, baby. Can you see it?
No, because I'm zoomed really far. Oh, thanks, love. Yeah, he's not home yet, but hey.
Oh, jeez.
He's calling me. Think
Unbelievable.
he's coming home from an 8-hour shift working at a warehouse. So,
Ooh, wow. We'll see about that, right?
yeah.
Kind of the last thing I want to touch on before we give our farewell to part two. Something that I don't think we really talked about on the show at all. Maybe has nothing to do with anything, but are the four of you surprised how well tribute shows do in Winnipeg? Have you noticed that tribute shows sell out all the time?
Yeah,
Some of them,
it's fun.
It depends on who it's a tribute to.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on who it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
some
just-
groups that are like organizing them.
Yeah,
Yeah. The
absolutely.
the tribute shows, tribute shows, especially if it's for a band that has not been around for a long time, like those are really cool. I like those a lot of the time. It's fun to go out to them. They're usually like pretty fun time. The ones that I am surprised about how well they do are I don't know I think they do still call them tribute nights, but it's basically where they have a DJ who's just like playing the music of the person instead of somebody like performing the music of the person. Those ones I'm more surprised about that they do so well. Like there's like Chapel Roan and like Taylor Swift nights that happen at the park, and where they just have a DJ
parties.
that goes and plays the music.
And
Those
Sabrina
ones I'm more
Carpenter.
surprised about, but yeah.
Yeah.
Regular
Yeah.
ones are cool, though.
Callum just said Chapel Roan and Sabrina Carpenter in the chat as you
Yeah.
were saying Chapel Roan.
Can you tell that we live together?
Yeah. But you're so right
Unbelievable.
though. Like, yeah, Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter. Like, I've seen a ton of Sabrina Carpenter nights, and I'm just like, what? Okay.
They're
It's crazy.
I love her.
I love her too. It's just
I need
like,
to go to
wow.
one.
big fans, but
Yeah.
it's just the fact that like there's no actual like live musicians doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it would be so much cooler if like a band went and did that, right? I remember last year. Oh, was that me talking? That's me repeating myself.
Yeah.
I remember last year there was a Chapel Roan like tribute night that happened, and one of my colleagues, she drove past it, and it was at like I don't know 11 p.m. or something, and there was a line out the door to get in all the way to the Osborne overpass. So like from the Park Theater to the Osborne overpass, that like it was insanity, and like just people like
Wow.
lined up. Yeah, she sent me a picture
That's
and like took a
crazy.
video of it. It was I've never seen something like that before in the city.
Yeah.
What show was it for?
It was for a Chapel Roan tribute night.
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
I
I
do
know,
have to
like,
say, the coveralls do tribute nights. One of my
Yeah.
absolute
Yes.
favorite tributes that they did was the Foo Fighters. They absolutely killed it.
Leon.
that'd be awesome. I'd go see that
I
for
like
sure.
Tribute
Yeah.
nights.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like fun. It's fun to see your favorite bands for like super cheap.
Yeah.
That's true. Very true.
Exactly right.
Yeah, I've been a part of some of them. Like we did Nickelback and we did the Glorious Sons. So I don't know. I've done it. It's fun to do. I love to dress the part. Honestly, that's my favorite thing. Me as Mike from Nickelback with my hat backwards and fast glasses on. Hilarious. Like my coworkers didn't recognize me. I went up to them at the bar and like hit on one of them and she was very offended. I took my glasses off. So she recognized me and that's like part of the fun in my opinion too. It's like also really like I guess rewarding to work on all those songs and like extract some things and apply them to like what we're doing, writing our own music.
Hmm.
So I find it like inspiring too.
Super
For
cool.
sure.
Was Dale part of the group when you did the Nickelback one? 'Cause Dale,
Absolutely.
he's such a Nickelback fan. He loves
Yeah.
Nickelback. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with that. But that guy loves Nickelback.
somebody was looking for a Nickelback tribute band for their 30th birthday party and asked around and somebody directed them to Dale and we just pulled it together and that's how we did the first one and we did it a couple times since.
Heck yeah.
That's so
Unreal.
awesome.
He's
Such a
Dale
cool guy.
Kroger for sure.
Yeah.
He's got the
Yeah.
voice when he really wants to bring it out. He sounds exactly like Chad Kroger.
Yeah.
If only someone would do a Paramore tribute band.
If only.
Oh,
If
I
only.
love Paramore. I love Paramore. Okay, the wheels are turning now. The wheels are turning
The
now.
wheels, yeah, although they've turned. So here we are. It is 9:00. I'm not kicking anyone off here, but I do want to get to the point of the show where we say our farewells. But that just means one thing. And Deidre, Jen, you know what this means. You guys get the mic to end the show. Let's do a little clockwise circle. Say what you want to say. Plug your shows. Plug your bands. Plug other people's bands. Do whatever you want to do. Mic is yours. Say what you got to say. Deidre, twice in 1 week. What are you going to do now?
I know. I have nothing else to do now. Like, this is my life. Okay. Well. So yeah. I am playing actually tomorrow night. I'm doing a solo acoustic set at the Riverside from 8 to 11. Saturday, May 31st, I'm playing a 1 hour set at Rib Fest of 90s tunes, 1:30 to 2:30. My band Suburban Funk Machine is playing at the King's Head on June the 6th. And I will say this, I haven't said this on a show before, but stay tuned for some potential of an album potentially coming out before the end of the year. So I'll keep you posted. I'm working, I can't say anything else, but yeah, just stay tuned.
You said too much.
I said too much. I gotta shut up.
Deidre may make an appearance in July sometime somewhere too, but we're still discussing that. Jen, the mic is yours.
All right. I mean, for me, I don't play in a band, but I mean, if you want to check out some female-fronted bands next time, of course, there's Deidre playing May 31st. There's also, like I said, huh? Oh, sorry. I thought I heard someone say something. I think there's but yeah, there's Indigo and Disodius, of course, May 31st as well. And that's pretty much it. I guess this is kind of like Women's Night. I do want to say, like, any women out there and girls like watching, trying to get into music, just don't give up. Keep going. Keep pushing. It will be tough. I wanted to quit so many times, you know, and just don't. Just dust yourself off and just keep going. And that's
Awesome.
it.
Love that.
Do your thing. That's a good message. I just want to shout out Lana Winterholt. She's doing some really great stuff in the community, being very inclusive. She's part of the Good and Plenty Club, so you can check those things out. Producer, singer-songwriter, new mom. She's pretty great. Northern Royals has some shows coming up. We're playing Thursday next week at Blue Note Park. We're excited for that one with Jane and Silas. And then we're playing on June again, the 18th at Riverside. Shout out to Riverside. My sister Morgan, love you. She's been great for like promoting some local bands and creating another space for bands to play. So she's doing an awesome job there. So thanks to the Riverside. The Limelight, we played live band karaoke there for a long time, one summer. So we had a good time there. Shout out to them. They're just like a really well put together venue. We're playing Summerfest in July. We've got Cosmic Cat in August. A festival that's not announced. And then back to Blue Note Park in the fall and a little trip into Regina coming up. So stay tuned for some of those dates and some of that new music we've been talking about too. We're hoping to get something pulled together within the year. You know, it's hard and it takes time to do all that. So great message again is just like put the work in ahead, earn yourself some cash, get yourself some studio time, and like put the recordings together so you got something to release, and then get yourself some merch and book all the shows. Like start chasing that, and like anyone can travel out of town and play those shows. You just have to book them. Just organize it, make a plan like 6 months ahead, and book them and do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I guess that leaves me. Yes, Sunbreather's got our next show coming up is actually Summerfest. We don't have anything. Excuse you. Don't have anything before that. We're just currently in the middle of writing for our new album right now. So we have an EP that's out. It's been out for almost a year now. Released it last August. So if you want to go listen to that, that'd be cool. It's called Above the Clouds. You can find it on all streaming platforms. But yeah, we're working on new stuff. So keep your eyes peeled on our Instagram page and on our Facebook for any information and maybe some snippets of that as we go into possibly recording it in the fall.
Awesome. Absolutely incredible to have you four on tonight. There's
Thanks for
another
having us,
there's
Joel.
another segment coming, but loved having you four on. Sorry my surprise guest could not come on. She is I had a surprise guest coming on and she was excited to come on, but she is still trying to get our kid to bed right now. So sorry I couldn't get my wife on. She just had a big Saturday night at the tap house. Everyone sang happy birthday to her. She got to play my guitar on a song for one strum. She started the song. She kicked ass and scared the shit out of me because I didn't think she was going to start on time, and she did. So good on you. But she was going to jump on and talk music for a little bit. She's got a good musical background, and but she's still fighting to put my kid to bed right now. As I just got a text that, oh my God, he's still awake. So,
Good luck. Good luck.
yeah, unreal, but that's all right. Anyway, great having you four on. Hopefully you stay tuned for the next show. The next one has Kayla from Shit Happens, Emily from Juste Orange, Kat Roberts is coming on. So we're gonna hear about
Hell
Cosmic
yeah.
Cat. Yeah. Chelsea from Soundoff is coming on. And I believe Denny Ferguson is sitting in with Kayla, and that's gonna be fun to have them on. It's gonna be kind of a little bit of a punk rock hour, I think. So this is gonna be a good time. But appreciate you four coming on. Deidre, thanks for your support the last couple nights here.
Always.
It's
You know where to
great.
find
Your 2 hours of your life wasted now.
No, it's, you know what, honestly, shout out to Joel for this podcast, and he's been doing such an amazing job. And if you haven't gone to follow Peg City Soundoff, please go do so, because there's some amazing shit going on. So
You're doing great work here.
Awesome. Okay, thank you, and have a great night. And we'll catch all of you soon.
Thanks for having us.
See you all out there.
Thank you.
See you later.